Hello and welcome to the Yawhg. Hello and welcome to the Yawhg. I'm Matt King, and this time we'll be doing an episode I like to call The Tailor and the Guy with Lots of Money. Well, it's not gonna be that name, but you get the idea. The Yawhg will be here in 6 weeks, and no one expects it. Not one of us. We just keep on living our lives week by week, unaware. So this guy is gonna be the guy doing stuff, getting money. We're gonna bet on fights. You spend a week placing bets on your favorite fighters. You gain 0 wealth. While wandering around the halls between matches, you spot on your former lover Kelly. A knockoff exchange happens in which you want to know how they are doing without seeming to care too much. After a few minutes, Gene, one of the most popular fighters in the arena, butts into the conversation. Hey Kelly, sorry to interrupt you, but we got to leave right away if we want to make it to your mother's in time. You say an awkward goodbye as they walk off, holding hands. How do you feel? You feel happy. Because happy is the only thing you can feel. You feel it's good that both of you have moved on. This encounter, despite its awkwardness, was refreshing. You gain 1 charm. Okay, guy. Make me proud with your finesse. You spend the week hunting defenseless critters. You gain 2 finesse and sell the pulse for 1 wealth. One day you come across a group of people in the woods. From the expression on their faces, they appear to be lost. Well, I can't do anything to them. If I want to rob them, I can't, because my physique is the starting 5. Help them, can't, because my mind is the starting 5. We'll just help them. Is the one that saved us. Love shop. You confront the group and try to help them find their way back to town. You can't seem to figure out where you are and lead the group around in circles for hours. One of them asks you how you managed to find your way home at night. You don't actually know. They say the last time he came, the Yawhg devoured houses whole, stole lives, tore families and family members apart. But that was so very long ago. Okay, the arena did nothing, but we'll try and bet fights. You spend a week placing bets on your favorite fighters. You gain 6 wealth, perfect. One night on your way home, you spot a rusty dagger on the ground. Leave it. The rest of your week is uneventful. The fact that the highlight of your week was spotting a piece of rusty metal makes you a little sad. You lose 1 mind. The dagger is good if you're a fighter in the arena and you have a lot of physique, but for now it wasn't good. You spend a week hunting defenseless creatures again, 2 finesse and 1. One day during your force exchange, you stumble upon a swarm of rats. At first, you jump backwards in shock, but then you start to hear them conversing with one another. They call you over. "Excuse me, sir. One of them says in a high-pitched voice." Now that was weird. "Do you think you might be able to help us out with something? You see, we're trying to elect our new leader, but it seems our votes are completely tied. We're trying to decide between Speedpaw the Vengeful and Blight to the Wise," says the rat. Speedpaw steps forwards. "If you vote for me, the rats will have a powerful leader, one who isn't afraid to take our fights to the enemy," proclaims Speedpaw. Blight steps up. "If you vote for me, good sir, I will lead these rats to an age of enlightenment," he says. "Which rat do you choose?" "The Vengeful one. Because of what will happen after. You will see." Half of the rats roar with tiny applauses. Blight bows his head and walks back into the mass of rats. Speedpaw climbs to your shoulder and whispers fighting tips into your ear as thanks. Finesse 1 and physique 1. It was on us in a heartbeat. Or so the stories go. The earth shook. The earth went still. Let's bet on our fight. You spend the week placing bets on your favorite fighters. You gain 1 wealth. During a match, another warrior weapon is knocked from their grasp. You barely manage to avoid it. With a sickening crunch, it destroys the knee of a nearby standby. He accuses you of causing him harm by not stopping the flying weapon. How can you stop the flying weapon? Like, you're asking him to commit suicide. He takes you to court. Defend myself. You object, but you can't seem to convince the judge. He rules in the plaintiff's favor and orders you to surrender to war. Fuck you. Hunt again. Spend a week hunting. Okay. 2 finesse and 1 wealth for bets. One day you stumble upon a tall, nicely trimmed hedge in the middle of the woods. You sit and eat your lunch in front of the hedge, wondering what exactly is doing out in there. Suddenly, an enormous hand erupts from the foliage. Dodge it. Your reflex allows you to duck just as it grabs you. You run faster than you ever have in your life. You gain 2 physique. And then, the war was a howling fury. Chaos, screaming, the sound of all we knew being pulled in half. Let's bet on our fight. You spend a week placing bets on your favorite fighters. You gain 4 wealth. Fuck you. One day in between matches, you stumble upon one of the higher ranked fighters and ingesting illegal strain potions. Please, sir, don't report me, she cries. Now she is a female. I'll even share some of my potion with you if you keep your quiet, she adds. Report her. You report a fighter to the arena office. They thank you for bringing it to their attention and hand you a small sack of gold coins. The fighters investigate and receives a lifetime ban from the arena. Yeah, this might end bad. You spend a week hunting defenseless critters. Yes, 2 finesse and 1 will. One day you stumble upon a gigantic moss-covered stone. It pulses with magical energy. What do? We're gonna have to leave it. We don't have the magic for it though. Leave it alone. You walk away from the stone. You didn't want to get a reputation for touching rocks after all. Haha. What will other people think? You gain 1 charm. When it arrives this time, how will we fare? Will we once more rebuild? Move on? Be strong? Or have we forgotten? Okay, you're gonna have to go to the tavern and bartend. You spend the week serving drinks at taverns. 1 will from tips and 2 charm. One day a fortune teller sets up at one of the tavern's tables. She offers to read anybody's future for a small sum. Yes, please. This might be stupid, but you'll see. You'll spend 1 wealth. The fortune teller takes her hand and begins showering you with promises of love and wealth. She doesn't really go into any detail, and the whole time you can't help but feel that this is all an act. Underwhelmed and slightly poor, you can't help but feel like you've wasted your money. That night, while walking home, the fortune teller runs up to you and gives you a kiss on the cheek. There's a love pot, she says with a toothless smile. Then she hands you a giant sack of gold. There's a wealth, she says. You gain 2 wealth. Still think I'm a hack? No. Let's go hunt. You spend a week hunting defenseless critters. You gain 2 finesse and sell the pearls for 1 wealth. One day you hear hundreds of footsteps rumbling through the forest in your direction. It's an orc raiding party. What do? Hide or charm them not killing you? We're gonna hide because we don't have enough charm. You jump into a nearby ditch. The orcs all right past you. Nice hiding. You gain 1 finesse. The Yawhg, it's almost here. Almost. Go to the arena and bet on the fight. You spend a week placing bets on your favorite fighters. I think I just fucked the game that I pushed the button before anything else. You gain 3 wealth. One day while wandering the halls, one of the arena's fighters approaches you. Excuse me, sir, I need a sparring partner, he says. Are you down for a fight or 2? No, we're gonna refer him to the burly guy next to you. Thanks, he says. Later on, you see the 2 of them taking turns punching each other in the face. Preferring not being punched in the face, you feel you made a good decision. You gain 1 mind. Okay, now it's time to hunt again. You spend the week hunting defenseless critters. Again, 2 finesse and 1 will. One day you stumble upon a corpse hanging from a tree. Carved into the tree, it's written, "Now that I'm banned from the arena, I have nothing to live for." Your actions can lead to this. And this was kind of sad the first time I saw it. Underneath the tree lay broken potion bottles. Bury the body. You cut a corpse down from the tree and bury her in a shallow grave. That was a lot of work. You gain 1 physique. The storm arrives in the night. By the morning it still rages. For 3 full days the tempest puts us through a grinder, drowning us, crushes us, ruins us. But then it ends. We see the graveyard our home has become our home. Does anything yet live? Are we past saving? Now, this will be the Smelter. This will be the Smelter and the Tailor. Or so I think. The Smelter. You volunteer to smelt your now useless coins into building materials. You go to melt your wealth into supplies, but you're too weak to operate a furnace. Your efforts have little effect on the survival effort. So he should have been stronger, but oh well. Let's see how you do as a tailor. You volunteer to weave and mend clothing for the survivors to keep warm. You make and mend clothing faster than anyone would have ever expected. Every survivor has now an excess number of scarves, socks, and hats to wear to keep warm. This helps the survival effort immensely. Now let's see how good we did. And so, we set about our task once more, living our lives, this time in a way we might never have expected, or even wanted. But in the end, we were defeated. Again, Okay, no problem. Those of us left struggled to put our home to rights, but the effort was futile. Doomed. The city bled survivors, eventually becoming a husk, a dead thing. And perhaps the Yawhg was only part to blame. If we're gonna do this, I swear we're gonna do this. One way or the other. We're gonna do this. Let's see what happened. The town in ruins, you do your best to survive and hide from the rampant crime. One day, a band of muggers gets the jump on you. Your coin purse is pulled from your grasp and your gut is stabbed multiple times. You die crumpled on the side of a road in a thick pool of blood. That's sad. The city is in shambles. You flee into the woods. You try to find a new town to make a new life for yourself. During your travels, you are endlessly tormented by the spirits of dead animals. They lead you astray, cackle maddening into your ears, preventing you from sleeping. They warn other animals of your presence, preventing you from finding any food. Your frame now gaunt and hollow. Eventually, your body gives in. You die face down in the mud.